came to this. So it's the understanding is it gets called the three principles, or sometimes non-duality. If there was a spectrum, there's almost a spectrum of understanding up and down that scale. But non-duality really is the same baseline understanding that Buddhism points to, that all religions point to, but really which we've lost. We've lost the essence, we've lost the core understanding beneath it all, and we've covered it over with corporate values, we've covered it over with religious nonsense, we've covered it over with politics and economic systems, and then we're all desperately trying to re-find, if you look at any values on a company website or on the walls and on the mouse mats, wherever they've got them, it's all the stuff about creativity and agility and honesty and compassion and connection and human. You're talking about human leadership and human cultures. It's all that stuff that we've been looking for, and we've just been going about it back to front. So it's really connecting people back into their essence, back into their core, back into their innate brilliance, as I refer to it, which is available for everybody, no matter who you are, no matter your background. It's true of every single person. I often use this metaphor of a river to describe the different types of development we do, and how those approaches to development or approaches to change which we've tended to use have us accidentally change or accidentally develop, but we're kind of almost working against the system rather than working with it. And so in working against it, we almost get in the way of its natural process. So I talk about the river where downstream at the bottom is where the content of life is. So it's what we're doing and who we're doing it with and how it's happening and when it's happening. And so very often when we begin our development journey, that's where we are, because, we maybe, let's say we get coached, it's with the GROW model, it's what do you want to achieve and when do you want to do it by and how are you going to get there? All very useful for that point of where we are. But it's a little bit of kind of moving chess pieces around on a board. It's not a whole new game, it's just let's move these pieces. And then if we move further up in our development to the middle of the stream, that's where we might start to do some work where we look at our thoughts and feelings. So perhaps some emotional intelligence work where we're saying, oh, well, I'm thinking this and I'm feeling that, and this is the result I'm getting downstream in the content. So yeah, if I'm thinking I'm not capable, oh, look, I'm getting lack of confidence in work. So then the development might go into, well, okay, let's think of better beliefs then. Let's try and look for evidence where you have been confident. Let's reframe that situation. There's all those different tools and techniques to change the thinking, change the feelings, and get different results downstream in the content. And with all of that, and with any of life where we've had a significant shift, a significant change, or a significant step in our development, it's never been from any of those activities. It's always been from the top of the stream, which is where I take people to, the source of innate brilliance, the what we are before thinking, and that when we see that that's who we are by nature, all the downstream stuff takes care of itself, because the system naturally starts to see, oh, look at that thinking there in the middle that's actually getting in our way. We don't need to reframe it. We don't need to have better beliefs. We just need to see that all those beliefs are just like on a run system. If you've ever meditated and you've seen how the thoughts just, this ticker tape of activity, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't mean anything. It's just, that's its nature. Its nature is activity. Its nature is to run and to chuck out a load of thoughts and ideas, some of which seem to match up with the experience we're in and some of them don't. And so in looking to upstream, we see that ticker tape doesn't actually need to have anything done with it, because it's never going to change. As much as we try and improve this belief, then another belief will pop up and start to be a problem. And so it's like an endless chase. So that's where I talk about we've been looking in the wrong direction because we've been busy down at the content level, or we've been busy at the psychological level. Whereas actually, the more we look beyond psychology, the psychology takes care of itself, the content takes care of itself. Change becomes more natural and easy and flowing. Literally, we're like a river. And so then we're in flow, then we're in connection with life. And so everything gets easier because we're no longer battling imagined stuff, and we're no longer, tangled down in the bottom of the river with the weeds. So it's